Hello and welcome to Magical Travel Adventure. I am Lauren, your host, and I am lucky enough today to have a fellow agent, Hayley, here today. Hi, Hayley.
Hi.
So, Hayley is here today. She is going to talk to us all about traveling to Disneyland as a Disney World expert and what that was like for her. And Hayley is obviously a fellow travel agent with me. Her information is all below. So if you have questions or want to reach out to her, her information is below. So, Hayley, how about I let you introduce yourself a little bit too?
All right. I am Hayley, of course, as Lauren just said. I live in the Raleigh area, and I primarily focus with our agency on doing trips for kind of people around my age. So millennials or the empty nesters who, want to go on those trips to Disney, Universal, cruises, but they may be out of step with their fellow people with kids. You can go to Disney, you can go on cruises without having kids. So that's pretty much my area of expertise within our agency.
Nice. And you recently obviously got to go to Disneyland.
I did for the first time in my life, and I wanted to go for years and years and years.
Well, it's great that we have you on, because I know that so many people are always like, oh, do I need to go out to Disneyland? Like, does it matter? Like, it's easier for me to go to Disney World. It's all the same. They have the same rides. And I know that you're going to tell us something different.
Yes. I mean, I would say, so just kind of hopping right into it, I would say if you are used to Disney World, you kind of want to manage your expectations with Disneyland. And I feel like that statement's probably going to get a lot of flack from the Disneyland lovers. Disney World was built to, not necessarily fix the mistakes that Disneyland has, but to expand. Walt built Disneyland, and there was, this amount of space for him to work with. And Disneyland was kind of the front runner with theme parks, but it's very much a local theme park. So whereas Disney World, you've got to travel by buses or Skyliner or something to get to the next park, you can see Guardians of the Galaxy from Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland. So, I mean, it's wonderful. You just got to remember that everything is smaller over there.
Yes. And we had another agent on, Sarah, maybe it was this week. I can't even remember. And she's a Disneyland expert. Yes. And she was talking about Good Neighbor hotels, because that's so different than what you do at Disney World. So.
Yes. Yeah, there's not quite as many on-site. I mean, there's, I think, 2 or 3 on-site hotels that are managed by Disney over in Disneyland. But I think the Good Neighbor hotels offer a fantastic other option if you can't get into the Disney ones. They're still within walking distance most of the time.
Right. Okay, so let's go through some of your trip, and you could tell us about maybe how to manage our expectations.
So I would say that even though it is very small, I mean, there's 2 parks right over there and downtown Disney, all within one, I don't want to say square block because that's not even close, but it's all within one little area. And you can walk to them, but I would say you still want to give yourself multiple days to really experience everything. I did a single day trip because it was in the middle of a girls trip with some friends, and they aren't quite as theme park enthusiast as I am. So I didn't want to force them to go on multiple days, but there is so much more that I could have done on my trip that I wish that we had been able to fit in. But so we got California Adventure and Disneyland just by utilizing the park hopper system, which was fantastic. I think the picture you're showing right there is just, I think it was probably a round 1 just going into Disneyland. It was low crowds, so it was all pretty doable.
That's good. Hold on, my mouse doesn't want to go. I helped pick out this shirt, by the way. I just want everyone to know that when Hayley posted about what shirt she would wear, this was my winner. So I won. I want everyone to know.
And honestly, like, other people this was not the front runner for everyone. I was like, no, I agree with Lauren on this one. This one's the one that I want to go with. But so that's Space Mountain, or at this time it was Hyperspace Mountain. So that kind of goes into, you want to ride the ride. If you're a Disney World person, I would say try to ride all the rides that are the same or that are at both parks, because there are different, I mean, for Hyperspace Mountain, there's different overlays. Obviously, it's got the Star Wars theme going on. I cannot even begin to tell you how much cooler Hyperspace Mountain is than regular Space Mountain.
It's much smoother too.
It is much smoother, which was kind of different for my experience with that and Matterhorn. Matterhorn, I got off and immediately had a headache. But this was amazing. But I would say you definitely want to try all the rides that are the same or similar, because you get to see the little ways that it's different. I mean, Space Mountain, you've got 2x2 instead of single rider. I mean, obviously you've got the Hyperspace Mountain overlay at different times of the year. Pirates, unfortunately, was closed when I was there, so I didn't get to try that. Haunted Mansion, you've got Hatbox Ghost, which we don't have in Disney World anymore. There's so many different, just special things that it's fun to see the difference. I mean, and what was the other one that we did that was the same? Small World.
Oh yeah, Small World. It's so
Small
different.
World, you've got an absurd amount of IP, intellectual property, characters, animatronics thrown throughout. You've got, Aladdin's in there, Alice in Wonderland is in there, I think Moana's in there. And you're in a boat, but you're also kind of on a track. The water doesn't go straight out to all of the animatronics like it does in Disney World, but you also are going outside because they don't have to worry about the Florida weather shutting it down every 5 seconds.
That is nice.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Everyone's favorite.
Oh, I know. I tried to sneak in behind some people that were going in. It was a no-go.
I know. If you don't know, Club 33 is an exclusive club that you have to pay to get into, and they have secret locations in Disneyland and in Disney World. And it's not like a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's, I want to say I think it was 33,000 or something for the annual dues, and I don't want to know how much the initiation fee is. Right. But it used to be the only place that you could get a drink in Disneyland, because Walt would take people up there and entertain them. He wanted to be able to give them a nice dinner, a nice lunch while they're going throughout the parks, the VIP tour.
Yeah. All right. And then you had the park hopper ticket, so you were able to go to Islands of Adventure.
California Adventure?
California Adventure, sorry.
We're still
oh my gosh.
Still on the Universal track.
Keely's on it, so I blame her.
Oh, yeah, it's always Keely's fault. So we started over there because I knew that because I was going with 2 girlfriends, I knew that California Adventure was not a more drink-heavy park, but it's not quite as rigid as Disneyland is. And so I wanted to be able to give them the opportunity to stay over there for a little bit longer and then, just pop over to the castle at the end of the day. And also I wanted to be able to do Cars because Radiator Racers, I can't even tell you how much fun I had on that ride. That was our first ride of the day. I would do that over and over and over again. That was absurdly fun, which actually, that is another good point. If you can't take multiple days to be at the parks, if you're just in Southern California, you know, you're going to be in the area and you want to be able to stop by and try it, utilize the single rider lines. Just because we didn't have Genie Plus this time around. I didn't want to go into all the planning for that for a single day trip. So we just used single rider lines. And I swear we got through, I don't know how many rides. I think we like 6 or 7 just within the first few hours over in California Adventure. That is the way to go over there.
That's really good. That's good to know too. Did you go during the week?
We went on a Friday, which was a saga in and of itself because my flight got canceled the night before.
I know. I remember.
Yeah. Incredicoaster. I honestly, that was not my favorite of rides. It was fun and it's nice to get the thrill. It's good for the thrill seekers. But it was a roller coaster.
Is it smooth?
It was very smooth. Yes. Okay. Yeah. The only non-smooth ride that I did there was Matterhorn. And I have since learned that I went on the wrong side of the ride. Apparently you're supposed to go to the right track. The left track bumps you out.
And then these are your friends. And before we started, I said I loved all of the shirts.
And shout out to Lost Bros because it's all Lost Bros shirts. And my friend in the middle, Katie, asked me to bring choices for her, and somehow we managed to get Michelle in a Lost Bros shirt as well. So I supplied the ears and I supplied the shirts for this trip because I am the only big Disney fanatic within our group. We also, in the background of that second picture, you can see the Mickey Spun wheel. We did not do that because I was warned away from that because one, it's pretty much just a Ferris wheel unless you get into the fun wheels, the ones that kind of swing you about as you're going around. I had a friend who did that and said, you may want to avoid that because you think that it's going to be a normal one and then suddenly you're flying through the air.
Yes. All right. So do you have any tips for people who are going for their first time to Disneyland, but they've been to Disney World a lot?
I would say try to ride the opening day rides if you can, because those are the ones that Walt was there for. And there's just something about experiencing the ones that have been there for all 60 plus years. If you're a Disney World person, if you're a Disney person, you know what the feeling is. I would say get there early in the day. Definitely try to do at least 2 days, if not 3. That way you can really give a day to each park. You can take your time. You can experience it all without feeling like you're rushing and going crazy and trying to get through everything. Let's see. Also, the food. Disneyland food and Disney World food do not even compare. I think the closest thing we have in Disney World is probably the spring roll cart in Adventureland, which is saying something because that's not even a real restaurant. I mean, the food over there is incredible, and you just have to try it. Take lots of photos. Utilize the Photo Pass people, but that's the same as Disney World. You just get photos of everything, and then pay attention to the ride closures because, I mean, I didn't get to do Pirates, but you also want to pay attention to the ride closures for the overlays, not just things like Hyperspace Mountain, but the holiday overlays. So like Small World and Haunted Mansion both get holiday overlays. Haunted Mansions comes in September.
Yeah, it comes soon. Yeah.
They start in the Halloween season because it does the Nightmare Before Christmas, so it can kind of cross over with Halloween and Christmas holidays. So you want to make sure that you're not going to be there during that time that it's down. Or if you are, then again, manage your expectations. Be aware that it's going to be down and you may not be able to ride that ride that you really wanted to get on.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing. I think, you know, you can see Small World and you could see it totally differently with the overlays. You could see Haunted Mansion totally different with the overlays. And they're not always identical rides, like you said. So it's really cool to go and see those rides. Just like it would be if you went to any of the international parks. You know, they're different too. So I think that's definitely, that's one that you really want to check before you go, the ride closures.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But if you used a travel agent like Hayley, then she would let you know that.
I would. I'm definitely looking for that.
Someone's asking, what was your favorite snack at Disneyland?
Oh, favorite snack? Definitely not, sadly, not the Mickey pretzel because it made me sick. The churro was
the churro, of course.
Churro was my favorite, and then I think we had I had beef bulgogi for lunch, which I'm kind of surprised. It did not taste like corner store crappy Chinese food. It tasted really good.
Nice, that's good. Nice. Okay, well, thank you, Hayley, for coming on and talking to us. This was such good information. Again, if you would like to contact Hayley, her information is below. And we'll have to have you coming on again. Maybe we'll be nicer and let you talk about Disney World, something that,
Festivals. Let me talk about the festivals.
Okay. So we'll have Hayley back on to talk about festivals at Epcot. Don't you worry. All right. Well, that will do it for today's show. And thank you, Hayley.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.